Park. Ball gets tossed up and a tap goes to the good of Nick Parks, and then coming away is Sobel, who was, I reckon, running the wrong way just about, and then was able to quickly rectify himself and will have a stoppage. Can be an easy thing to do sometimes, but going to have a ball up regardless. The tap almost coming from Potter. A lot of numbers around again, and holding the ball is going to be the call, so the first main clearance here going to Watsonia. So there's not many options for him, asking for players to come to him. Will it spin around? It's going to land at the back here, and a chance for Baxter Evans, who goes towards low. It was just too high for him. And the Redbacks will be able to reset. Callaway, kick very dangerous to Sam Parks, who is going to spole this one out. Ollie Parks applying the pressure and ended up winning the ball back, but then he was quickly tackled. Ball pokes out. Saints just get boots the ball to go inside 50. Going to be picked up by Buckley. And with the right, sends it towards the outer side. Will bounce in front of Livingston. And Livingston happy to see that ball out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Not the greatest clearing kick from Buckley, but apart from that, he's had a very good game. I think he's been playing on Ethan Lowe all day, and although Ethan Lowe was able to get 2 majors in that first half, he's kept him relatively quiet as we get a boundary throw-in that will be challenged between Nick Parks and Potter, and neither of them are able to get it. Potter's able to get it first, though, tackled immediately, and the umpire will reward the tackler and Nicholas Parks holding the ball, so Panton Hill have a chance to just compose themselves and look to move the ball forward. He goes up towards Oliver Parks this time, wasn't able to take it cleanly, and Watsonia under a lot of pressure go backwards, and they'll get a ball up in the end. I think it was Luke White in the end there who didn't know what to do with it and was lucky that it was no turnover.
He's probably someone that can stand up. He's been best in 2 of their 3 games, Luke White. Haven't said his name too much this afternoon, so he'll be hoping to get a bit more involved in this match. We're going to have another stoppage, though, but certainly someone that can potentially have an impact in the back half. Ball gets tossed up. Grabbed and cleared away by Parks in the ruck. Bouncing ball will be read first by Bolton, but the boundary line beats all comers. So they gain some important meterage here, and the Redbacks have an inside forward 50. It's going to be a boundary throw-in. No scores yet added to the half-time total, which sees a lead of 4 points to the good of Panton Hill. Boundary throw-in. Blake and Potter. Blake getting the tap. Cleared, though, by Bolton. Just had to get boot to ball. Is going to be intercepted. Parks takes the mark. But the handball away. Now, see, this is interesting because there was a very delayed whistle by the umpire. So now 2 umpires they're talking. So I think
it's going to be a
no. It is going to be a ball up because I believe one umpire said touch and the other allowed it to go on and then blew a late whistle as a result. Potter leapt over the top to take the tap. Ball hobbling around. Redbacks at the back of the pack. They give it over to Nick Parks. His kick was smothered. And it'll be Watsonia that do clear it now. They go towards half forward. It's a genuine 2-on-2. Lawson flew pretty well. Garrett ended up staying down and won the footy. Handball back was dangerous. Garrett wins it again. Chipping ball to Winetta works. 55 out. Inside 50. And a nice kick inside finds Nick Lawson. Now, does he back himself here? He's probably going to have to kick from just inside 50. Lawson. Is it Charbel, is it? Thank you. He's going to have a shot from just inside 50. Goes full distance. I don't think it will get there. Lands in the goal square. Who's out the back? It's going to be rushed through. And the first score of the second half is a behind for Watsonia. They're 4-8-32. Panton Hill are 5-5-35.
So Buckley looking to find a teammate. It's not Buckley on this occasion. As they look to go clear it up towards the long down the line. Great mark taken from the ruckman in Parks. And it's something that Panton Hill needed and have been struggling to find all day today. The umpire just tells them to settle down. That just that mark at half back to be able to really control the game, as that kick's almost intercepted by the Saints, who have been really good defensively to start off this quarter, making life difficult for Panton Hill again to transition out of their back 50. And we're going to get a ball up just outside Watsonia's bench. As Potter and Parks go at it. Parks wins the hit out this time. Only goes as far as Oliver Parks, who's going to give away a free kick for throwing the ball. And I think it's the captain here, Bolton, who has the footy for Watsonia. He goes towards Garrard, who takes a good, strong mark just outside forward 50. Looks to wheel on his right and go quickly to find the danger man in low, but Gorski.
Oh, well done.
What a time to stand up. Takes his probably 6th intercept mark of the day as he goes wide to Owens Draper. Kick didn't really work. Doing well is Sinclair, who's able to win it back and help Watsonia go back inside forward 50 through Callahan, who puts a high ball to the contest. Low at the back, flies. Couldn't take it. Buckley's able to clear it for Panton Hill. Goes out towards Sobel, who does a nice short, calming kick to a teammate, and Panton Hill can take a breath.
Conte. Called to play on. Goes towards the outer side. It's Ollie Parks. Just going to slow things down. Not many options for him. Here comes the down the line kick. Pack forms. Few flies. A hold. We go to Watsonia. And they'll try again. Bolton. Centre wing outer side. Not many options he likes. Called to play on. Goes towards half forward. Garrard the target. More Panton Hill players here to try and intercept. Ball hits ground level. Saints keep moving this forward, although not cleanly. And then a tackle laid in the end. They force the ball up thanks to Sam Parks, their captain, their reigning BNF winner, their team of the year. Remember, very impressive for this side. That ball not being won cleanly. Panton Hill try to run it out, unsuccessful. Now the Saints with a lot of numbers. Sobel in there. Van Page caught in a big tackle. Umpire hovering, allowing things to move. Eventually he'll call for it himself. We are 7 minutes into this third term. And a bit like the first quarter, very slow start. There have been no goals. Again, no ruckman winning a tap. This one in a bit more space. Sam Parks to try and clear it away for Panton Hill. As he got numbers ahead of the ball, not many that are clean, but they do really well to emerge out of it, and they continue to run. Sam Parks tries to handball it to himself, and he has the ball in hand. Did really well. He looks for Ollie Parks, just got to him. Then Sobel shrugs off a tackle. His handball, though, intercepted, and then the high kick down the line. Not a great one for his teammate in Bastic. The ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Centre wing out of side. It's the Redbacks by 3.
The pressure's high from both sides.
Certainly is.
Struggling to move it forward is Panton Hill because of the Saints' pressure, but likewise for the Saints, they can't move it forward as Potter wins the hit out. As Van Page's left foot hack kick, it finds its way out of bounds on the full. And I just think as well, Nick, neither side have been really looking for that switch. It's always been down the line or nothing. So could we see a bit of creativity from either side when they get the opportunity? Panton Hill will go down the line instead. Kick's not the greatest, but it still finds Sobel, who looks to go backwards, gets a handball all the way back, finding Callaway. And as they finally get it forward, inside forward 50, no mark is taken, but keeping their feet brilliantly was Sinclair, who's able to tap it out to the advantage for Watsonia. Almost wrapped up in the tackle for holding the ball, but he's able to clear it away. And a good intercept mark there from Conte, who goes quickly out wider to Oliver Parks, takes the mark. This is the cleanest Panton Hill have looked all quarter. Now goes back. Oh, kick smothered brilliantly, but it finds its way out to Callaway, who quickly goes on the left foot to Livingston, who rises high and takes the mark. And we'll have a look at Panton Hill's first goal of the quarter.
Clever kick from Josh Callaway. Saw the 2-on-1 immediately deep forward 50. And if it wasn't him, Ollie Parks was in there as well to apply some assistance. But Livingston's looking for a third now. And this would be for his 9th goal in the previous 3 matches. And this to extend it out to 9 points.
So Livingston, for his 3rd of the afternoon. Every time he's gone near it, he's looked very dangerous of Panton Hill. His kick is straight through the middle. And the Redbacks extend their lead out to 9. 6-5, 41. Plays 4-8-32. Early stages of this third quarter. Just not what the Saints needed at all after their quick start.
Not an ideal opening there for Watsonia in these first 10 minutes of the third term. And in a game that maybe hasn't had that many goals. They've actually had more scoring shots, so to Saints, but they trail this one by 9 points. They wouldn't want to afford to give up the next one, because then it becomes a 2.5 goal game and it gets a little concerning in a bit of a low scoring contest. But plenty of time left in this one, that is for sure. Ball gets tapped up, and here are the Saints right on cue, looking to clear it away. And Netta tries to strike the tackle, had to handball back. Chance here now for Braby, who just had to get boot to ball. Panton Hill with the ascendancy and the numbers. Mark taken by Pilati at half back. Kick down the line. Sobel didn't control it well. And it'll go out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Almost right in front of our commentary position, which has been pretty rare today, especially in this quarter. We'll have a boundary throw-in. It's a lot of numbers around. This stoppage. Ball gets tossed up. The tap from Potter, who was in front. Trying to grab that is Owens Draper. Instead, it's going to land for Cousins, who got the handball away. Now, a chance here inside 50 for Braden Callaway to Livingston. On the lead. Very hard to stop. And a beautiful kick inside. First one was Josh Callaway. This one's Braden Callaway, providing the efficient inside 50 entry. And this is for goal 4 for Riley Livingston. Kicked a few bags last year, but this for a chance to make it a 15-point game. Real opportunity now for their star forward, their leading goal kicker so far this year. Livingston comes in directly in front. Will kick from about 45 metres out, maybe just on 50. Love that straight away, did Livingston. He's got 4, and suddenly this game is starting to burst out. They move to 7-5-47. Do Panton Hill. Watsonia 4-8-32. And there's the man standing up in the moment, Riley Livingston. 2 goals in a row, 4 in total.
It's almost getting to a stage where you almost have to double team him, because every time he takes the mark inside forward 50, it doesn't look like missing at all. That kick from about 45 metres out, that's a lot of time for that ball to move around. It didn't move at all, straight through the middle. He's 4th straight, and Panton Hill started just, get away like you said, Nick.
Most goals he's kicked in a game since round 13 last year, where he managed 8 over Lower Plenty. And now they're starting to win momentum. Panton Hill have it in the middle of the ground. It's going to land in the hands of Roberts. Livingston will lead in the pocket. They go towards the corridor instead. Parks is going to be the target. Now more numbers here for the Saints. Panton Hill still with the footy, and they're going to win a high free. And it's that man again. He's going for his 3rd in a row, and he's 5th of the afternoon.
And it doesn't get much easier directly in front as well.
15 points is the margin. A moment ago, it was only 3. And Riley Livingston with another opportunity to further extend this lead. Almost from an identical spot to his last set shot, albeit a little bit closer to goal. For goal number 5, Livingston comes in, and he's got no problems. It's a bag for Riley Livingston, and it's now 8-5-53 Panton Hill. Watsonia 4-8-32, 13 3/4 minutes into the third term. And Livingston is delivering in what they say, Zach, is the premiership quarter.
He doesn't even need to mark it. He'll just wins free kicks for himself. But the fact that, you called it, he led to the pocket. His work rate to get back into that contest in the corridor and win the ball at ground level. It put Watsonia defender under pressure. High free kick. There's your 5th, Livingston. And Panton Hill are out to 21 points all of a sudden. So back in the middle. Parks taps it down to Callaway, who does a high fend off. Umpire sees it and calls it. And it will be a free kick to Garrard, who's gone into the ruck. A bit of size, Watsonia looking for now. He does a nice little chip short kick over to Lawson, who quickly goes inside forward 50, deep to low, but it's a 3-on-1 against him. No mark taken. Anetta crumbs it brilliantly. Reels around, right foot check side, goal. Great response, Watsonia, and they peg it back to 15 points. 5-8. 38 to 8-5-53, 5 minutes into this third quarter. Not really.
Panton Hill defenders got caught out there. They put all their focus on Lowe with that high ball inside 50. That's what made it a 3-on-1. But they weren't able to kill the ball because front and centre, all on his own, Daniel Lanetta, he made no mistakes and was able to kick that important goal. And that just keeps the Saints in the hunt. 15-point margin now, and that breaks Panton Hill's momentum, at least you'd think. We'll see if that comes to fruition. Parks gets the tap. In there is Lawson of the Christian variety trying to get it out. The Saints do with a tumbling ball, and Netta's going to be under this, and he takes a really good mark. So Netta starting to have an impact now.
Great kick.
Beautiful stuff. Ethan Lowe just with that chipping ball. And it's almost, well, there was certainly going to be a few question marks about that, but umpire just assures himself that it is Ethan Lowe that has the mark, and he's looking for his third. He sees Livingston at the other end and thinks, well, I'm still here too, and I'm looking for goal number 3. Almost a perfect 45-degree angle. A kick from just inside 50 Low. Is that going to come back? It is not. And a behind. The 9th behind for Ethan Lowe, for Watsonia. I think the 2nd for Ethan Lowe. And it's 5-9-39 Watsonia, Panton Hill 8-5-53. It's a 14-point ball game, 16.25 minutes into quarter 3.
You would have thought Anetta needed to be big in the middle. He's gone a half forward and provided a spark for Watsonia. And big mark at the back of the pack. It's brilliantly taken by Callahan, who's not quite tall, so that is a pretty big effort. As Watsonia now look to go back inside forward 50. It's a high ball to a big pack. Callaway flies, but Lowe's there to take it. And the Saints will get another look at trying to bring this game back within single digits.
This is a parallel to this first term where you had almost nothing happening for the first 15 minutes. All of a sudden, we have seen some great flies, some brilliant goals, and a great shootout between Livingston, who's got 5, Lowe's looking for a third. It's great stuff.
He comes in now. This time, he makes no mistake. And the Saints are within 8 points. 5-9-45. Plays 8-5-53. Or 6-9-45 plays 8-9-53. 17.5 minutes gone in this third quarter. And the game is just, it's back alive almost.
Yeah,
it looked like Panton Hill were going to run away with it. Some big players on Watsonia's side of things standing up. And it's within single digits again.
Well, we said both sides needed different avenues to goal. Maybe stuff it. Let's just see the two leading goal kickers go head-to-head. It's awesome to watch at the moment as we're back in the middle. A high free kick going to Watsonia. All of a sudden the momentum shifts again. Looking for Lowe again, who takes the mark again. No, can't complete it this time. And then is again front and centre. Can he get the handle away? He finds Lowe, who's going to snap towards goal. It's a vacant goal square. It won't bounce for him, though. This time a behind.
6 scoring shots for Lowe, 5 for Livingston in this game.
Huge.
The two key forwards are having a massive say on how this game plays out.
6-10-46 of Watsonia. Panton Hill of 8-5-53. We're almost into time on in this third quarter. And now it's the Redbacks with the work to do to prevent Watsonia from gaining any more momentum. Ollie Parks takes the mark on the lead between wing and half back. Parks down the line is his option now. It's a bit of a lower ball off hands. Blake was in there. And the ball gets going to be in for a stoppage. And I'll tell you what, Ethan Lowe looks a bit proppy deep inside forward 50 for now. He's limping a little bit. He might have to get involved here, though, because Watsonia are bursting away, and he just can't get to it at the moment, and it's going to allow Panton Hill to take the mark, although it was front on contact anyway. But so he's limping at the moment, Lowe, which is not great for the Saints. We'll keep an eye on it. In the meantime, it's going to be Lockie Buckley who's got it. And they'll clear it from defensive 50. Good mark, Owens Draper. Leapt at the right time to take that one. He's at half back. Owens Draper will go corridor, and despite facing the sun, Ollie Parks takes it, and they might look to complete the switch, albeit Tough one to grab for Conte. He does take it though, and the kick will work for Akram. He's got a heap of space on this outer side and can run with it. Doesn't decide to bounce and will go towards half forward. Garrard man in front. Can't take the mark. Ollie Park shrugs one tackle. Can't shrug a second. And the ball will be disposed of incorrectly. And allows Garrard for the Saints, who started to move a bit further up the ground in this quarter, to take it at half back.
And he's been big in the ruck. He's been making sure that contest has been neutralised. As that kick, it's a nice one. It's a low Chisler quick kick one.
Low off the ground. Bastic now the deepest forward.
So Murphy takes it. Who will be that target up forward then for them? He goes to Potto, couldn't take the mark. It'll trickle out of bounds for a boundary throw in. So going to the deepest. If you look at that forward line, Anetta is in there now. You've got Panton.
Potter's moving now too.
It looks like he will be going full forward. And Garrard will spend more time in the ruck as he is in there now with Parks. Parks wins it on this occasion, but great stuff. Lawson to move aside and get a clearing handballs. Watsonia, they look dangerous going inside forward 50 now. Chauble finds its way now. Leeson, the 16-year-old on debut, his kick inside forward 50 will not find a Watsonia teammate, and it'll be a boundary throw-in.
But a good result because that was almost out of bounds on the full. Bounces in play. Allows the Saints to reset. If they pinch one here before three-quarter time, it's a one-point ball game. That's how intense this match has been so far. Rucks go at it. It's Potter and Donahue in the ruck. And Donahue's going to give away a free kick, I reckon.
It will be, yep.
Potter, who's moved forward, had to take that ruck contest, and now with a real opportunity to make it a one-point game. Corey Potter. 14 goals in his 38 senior games. He kicked 7 last year in 18 matches. An important set shot here for the ruckman. Potter from 40 out. Bit of an angle to speak of, but I reckon that's through. It is. Huge from Corey Potter. And it's a one-point ball game as we approach three-quarter time. The Saints 7-10-52. The Redbacks 8-5-53. Penn Hill with 21 points up at the 13-minute mark of this third quarter, and now they lead by just a single point 22 minutes into the turn. That's incredible stuff, and we've got a great game on our hands.
What's crucial as well, in Watsonia's comeback, Panton Hill haven't scored and probably been inside forward 50 maybe on 3 occasions, so massive from Watsonia, not only offensively but defensively. As we're back in the middle, Potter and Parks going at it. It's going to find its way to Owens Draper, whose kick inside forward 50 can't find a teammate, and Sinclair does well to come out with the intercept, clearing it up towards half forward. It's going to be on the advantage of the Saints. Great chase down tackle, probably a goal-saving tackle from the ruckman in Parks, who will take the free kick at half back and just settle things down a little bit for the Redbacks as he goes up towards Oliver Parks, who takes a great juggling mark. Now goes the inside 45 kick to Akram. Takes the mark, wants to give it away quickly, doesn't in the end. Now looks inside forward 50. He's got plenty of options to give it to. He goes deep towards Livingston. Couldn't take the mark. Out the back there with Sinclair. Couldn't take it cleanly. Bursting his way through. Well, I think Parks in the end, the little one, Sam Parks. And it'll be a ball up deep inside the Redbacks forward 50.
You called Livingston. It was actually Tom Blake in that situation.
Oh, yes.
Livingston had it all on his own. Inside forward 50 was ignored. Still a chance though for Penton Hill. Sam Parks has missed. And it's a 2-point game. 8-6-54. Watsonia 7-10-52. Now into the 24th minute here of this third term. And they'll just slowly clear their lines. Callaghan has it deep defensive pocket. Broadcast side. Will there be any more scores before three-quarter time? It's a high ball. Parks brothers in front. Almost able to grab it. Instead, it's going to be Braden Callaway. Snaps it inside. And it's just landed perfectly in the end in the lap of his teammate. And it's going to be a real opportunity here for Tom Blake. He was playing his third game of the season. Only managed 2 last year due to injury, of course, after coming across from Lower Plenty. And this to make it an 8-point game. This was another important set shot. The Rucks are now having a say at both ends. We saw Corey Potter slot one before. Can Tom Blake do the same? Starts his approach. Comes in. That's looking pretty good. Will it stay in line? Yes. It sneaks in. Blake gets his first of the afternoon. And it's back out to 8 points. 9-6-60. Watsonia is 7-10-52.
Well, just as we said, Watsonia's onslaught, where they're able to keep Panton Hill out of their forward 50, ever since that Potter goal where they were able to get within 1 point, 2 inside 50s, 2 scores for the Redbacks. They've been really happy with how they were able to take somewhat their chances when they went inside forward 50, and they're able to get the lead back out now to 8 points. So Potter and Blake goes in the ruck. It was Parks in the end. He's able to tap it down to Roberts, who was wrapped up immediately for another ball up.
And Ethan Lowe back on the field now. It's a good sign for Watsonia.
We'll probably need him in that last quarter as well. It's Potter. This time wins it over Parks. And it's a great effort from Van Page to get the clearance in that traffic there. But look at McLennan. Bursts through everyone. Gives it off to Parks, who loses it straight away. Cracking in hard there brilliantly. Was, I think, Lawson again isn't able to take it cleanly, and we'll get another ball up.
Geez, McLennan, that could have been very impressive had that have come through. That was a fantastic little hurdle that he jumped, but not to be on this occasion. Nick Parks gets the tap. Oldie Parks, front and centre, got the handball more towards the boundary line. Almost getting crunched there was Braby, and now a chance here for Panton Hill again. They're threatening again to make it work. The chipping ball beautiful effort in the end. I think that was Callahan who just got a hand onto it to force that ball out of bounds. Very impressive.
Awesome spoil.
So we're going to have a boundary throw in inside 50 for Panton Hill. Not much time you would think left in this third term. It was a very shallow throw, and we're going to do it again. It'll be Blake and Potter to contest the boundary throw-in. Rucks go at it. About 40 out from Panton Hill's goal. Tap from Potter, almost picked up by Blake on the full, and then they're going to get it deep inside 50, entry through Akram, who can find Livingston, who had a lot of pressure on him, and the Saints will clear it away by hand. Luke White now to a one-on-one, and there is your siren for three-quarter time. Now hold on a minute.
Gorski might have a shot here.
Hold on a minute. Panton Hill, they're going to have a shot, so Gorski's going to have to kick this from about 60 metres out. It would be an unbelievable kick if he got it. He's only kicked 1 goal this season in his 2 games. In 3 games, I should say. Gorski from 60. He's tried the top. Not too bad, but not to be. And that is three-quarter time at Benak Park. A fascinating term of football that was. I know I keep saying that word, but that's exactly the only way to describe it, really. Very intriguing, these two sides. It was a 7-goal quarter in the end. 4 from Panton Hill, 3 from Watsonia. And at three-quarter time, it's the Redbacks that lead 9-6-60 to Watsonia 7-10-52